Hello guys, welcome to Run and Science, and today I'm going to review the Adidas Adios Pro 4, this shoe right here, which is the top of the line racing shoe from Adidas. They actually have two more expensive shoes, the Pro Evo 1 and Pro Evo 2, which are $500 and more. I'm not gonna even go there. They're really for elite athletes. This is the racing shoe for everybody in the Adidas Adizero lineup. And why am I reviewing these? It's in line with all the review that I've sent out in the last couple of weeks, because there's very good prices, very good sales going on this model and in many racing shoe. For some reason, I don't know why, probably because they want to clear up the inventory for the next models coming up. But there's very good sales happening for racing shoe, and I think it's the right moment if you want to buy a racing shoe. It's the right moment to review these reviews and decide on what to buy. Now, who is this shoe for? It's a racing shoe. Like I said, I'm a slow runner, so I'll give you my slow runner perspective. It's not very common to have a slow runner perspective on a shoe that is so fast. But let's be honest, these shoes are fun to run in, even as a slow runner. My last marathon was a little less than 4 hours, so I'm relatively slow. I'm definitely not one of those other reviewers that run 3 hours and below marathon. I should not run a marathon in these shoes. I should not run in these shoes. But again, if you get it at the right price, these shoes are a heck of a lot of fun. With that caveat though, that one, these are not shoes for beginners. If you're a beginner runner, even if they throw you this shoe at $50 or they gift it to you, you should not run in it. You're gonna have problems, because there's very good chances that your mechanics is not in order for you to afford such a soft, bouncy, energy returning foam with such a rigid, shoe given to you by the carbon plate. So beginner runners, stay away from it. Stability runners, the runners that need stability, there's no stability shoe on the market. You should not buy these shoes. You should not buy any of the shoes out there for racing. There is no option, unfortunately, for you on the market right now. So all of these shoes are extremely unstable. Look at the media cutout, extremely unstable. All right, so even if you're slow and you don't have stability need, and you're not a beginner runner, then these shoes could be good for you. Could be good for your tempo runs, could be good for your 5Ks or 10Ks, right? Like me. So what do I like about this shoe? Actually, before I tell you what I like about this shoe, let me tell you about the stats. All right, the stats are easy. 39, 31, it's really close to 40, 32. World athletic limits, okay? World athletic limits, as you would expect. And it's the newer version of Light Strike Pro. It's still called Light Strike Pro. This is annoying from Adidas. They call all their foam Light Strike Pro, but this is the newer version. There's plenty of rumors. Is this ATPU? Is this TPEE? We don't really know. What we know is that it's much softer than the previous version, the Adios Pro 3. So if you like the 3, this shoe is going to be completely different. At the durometer scale, this is 11. Okay, the other ones were close to 20. And if you like the Evo SL, this is softer, okay, not quite the same. You can see for yourself the aggressive rocker right there, the energy rods right there in the middle. The upper is very soft. It's this usual fabric that Adidas use in most of their Adizero shoes. Not the Evo SL, it's not the same. It's the same one as the Adios 9 and the Takumi Sen. And it's very soft, not super breathable, but so soft and light that you probably won't have any issue with feet sweating or being too hot. Usual bed laces, really nothing much else that I can tell you about these shoes, except that they are really good. They're light, 210 grams in my US 11.5, and that's what you expect from a racing shoe. Again, this shoe got podium at the New York City Marathon, so even elite runners run in this shoe, elite athletes run in this shoe, okay? But even for slow runners, we can have some fun in this shoe as well. Now, let me tell you, how does this shoe run? I usually rank these shoe, on a scale, right? On a scale from super propulsive on one side, where which are the shoes that feel like a trampoline. You land on it and then they push you forward. Or the shoes that feel like spring, where you bounce a lot, the shoe bounces a lot, and it helps you picking up the pace behind you. Where does this shoe fit on that scale? It fits right in the middle for me. Okay, right in the middle, very balanced, very balanced. It's not super propulsive, it's not super springy, or rather, it is both super propulsive and super springy, depending on where you land, depending on your gait. It's super propulsive. You see the rocker. So if you land very much forward, where the rocker is, you will feel this jumping forward by all means. But also, and if you land a little bit further behind, the energy return of this foam is fantastic, and it will bounce like crazy. So if you land not exactly at the rocker, but a little behind, like here where I land, actually close to the heel, I'm exactly a midfoot striker, but close to very middle of the midfoot, then you will feel it bounces and bounces back up behind you. So it's kind of really right there in the middle, very Goldilocks zone for me. What else can I tell you about these shoes? Actually, let me go directly in things that I like and things that I don't like about this shoe. I'm gonna try to keep this short because there's really nothing much that I would tell you about these shoes other than it's fantastic. So let me tell you what I like. I like the light traction at the bottom, super fantastic grip and durability. This shoe have 100 miles, they look brand new, okay? Super fantastic at the bottom. I like the midsole, very, very bouncy, very soft, and the shoe really protects you. If you're running a marathon, the shoe really protects you for the whole time of the marathon, which is fantastic. And as a slow runner, you'll slow down in the second part of the run of the marathon very likely. You will run slow, but still the fact that this foam is so soft is one of the only one that is not as aggressive and that I can run for a whole marathon. The other one is the Endorphin Elite 2. That one has problem in the upper. This one is fantastic. The upper is very good. Again, things I like, the upper, okay? But really, back to the midsole, the properties of the midsole really matches your pace, or at least my pace, matches my pace at all paces, going from my 6 minute 30 per kilometer all the way down to my 4 minutes per kilometer. This shoe feels fantastic. And the dynamic response of the foam makes it suitable for slower paces and for longer paces, as long as you don't need stability. Because if you need stability, if you're a heavy heel striker and you pronate, this shoe is gonna feel terrible, right? The heel here is super soft, so extra squiggly, and here the medial cutout, I mean, there's no support in the middle. There's no support. Okay, so let me tell you about the few things I don't like. The laces, as usual, they're bad, okay? Not unrunnable, but bad. The insole, as usual, it's very narrow right here, and then it's fairly wide right here. It follows really the fit of this shoe, which is fairly narrow here and fairly wide in the midfoot. It fits me very well, but I would have preferred the midsole to be the insole to be a little wider. Okay, so that it protects the under of my feet a little bit better. So it's the only thing I don't like, really. Everything else, I like it a lot. This is by far my favorite shoe of the year for racing shoe. Probably close second to the Endorphin Elite 2. Comparisons. So would I compare this to the Elite 2? Not really. The Elite 2 is more propulsive and less bouncy and less springy. And the shoe that I would compare this to most is the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. I don't have the shoe, so I cannot show it to you. I sold it a couple of months ago. But that shoe feels very similar to this. However, it's much narrower fit, and it's not true to size in my opinion. It's a little short. This one is true to size. I always go up to 11.5 in racing shoes. I'm in between 11 and 11 and a half, but I always buy 11.5, and this one fits exactly true to size, no hot spots. It's fantastic. The fit is good. Wide forefoot, narrow here, narrow at the heel, but I don't have any problem there. It tapers a little bit like every racing shoe, but it's fantastic. The Puma tapers much more, and the Puma has a much narrower forefoot. But other than that, they feel very similar when you run on them. The Puma is a little more firm, but not too much, And in terms of sensations, in terms of where they land on the scale, they land, both of them, for me, they land right exactly in the middle. So those two shoes are the one that I would compare the most. Obviously, I can show you again the Endorphin Elite 2, because these two really matches in terms of softness. They're not, this one is much firmer, it's 11 in the scale, that one is 4, 5. So very different. But still, if you want soft racing shoes, this one and that one are the two that fits the bill. Probably the Meta Speed Ray again, that just came out, but I didn't try that one as well. All right, so those are the comparison. Like I said, this is my favorite racing shoe of the year by far. The other two on the podium for me would be the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3 and the Endorphin Elite 2, with the problem of the Endorphin Elite 2 being the upper. But again, by a long margin, this is my favorite racing shoe of the year. There's a reason why I put Adidas on top of my running shoe brand of the year. I've seen Sagasu running a very critical piece on Adidas. I disagree with him on many instances. I believe the Evo SL is the shoe of the year for many people, and it's a fantastic shoe, and it's a perfect training companion to these. I disagree that it's not. It's a perfect training companion, and this one is, in my opinion, the best racing shoe that I've tried this year. The technology is fantastic. He said that they don't have really good technology. I disagree. I think they're always putting forward new technology, and this shoe is the proof. They completely revolutionized the Adios Pro 3 and brought us this, and then the Pro 5, from what we saw, is going to be completely revolutionized from this. So Adidas is not afraid of experimenting. Some people like it, some people don't, and I happen to like it quite a lot. So with that said, thanks for watching. If you like what I do and you can subscribe, it costs you absolutely nothing, and it will keep me motivated for the new videos. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.